2022. Roll call, please. All right.
Dustin Doyle.
Susie Pauls.
James Romell.
Stand, please.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have none. Ordinances and resolutions. Joe?
Completely unprepared for that.
Sorry.
So tonight we just have an introduction of ordinance 22-19. This is an update to the planning, zoning, and building fee schedule. Adam and I, the past few months, been through an exercise. I think you've seen some of those worksheets that we've done of actual staff time. I put in some of these petitions. A lot of these are just to reflect more accurately our staff time. Some are increased to discourage that type of petition. Some are decreased to encourage that type of petition. So we did take that into account, and we also did a pretty wide comparison to different cities and towns around us.
So bring this back up on the 30th.
Yes, this will be back on the 30th for our first reading.
Okay.
Any questions, feel free. Let me know. I'll be happy to answer them for you.
Good, thank you, Joe. First reading for resolution 2022-08. Mr. Cartwright. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Council, I had my head down looking at something. What you have before you is a mini section 6 of resolution 2016-08. This resolution, the proposed resolution is 2022-08. And what it basically does is it identifies the Director of Development as the ADA and Title VI Administrator.
Any questions? Motion?
Real quick, it's probably just a paper keeping issue. Is there a section 5 or did we just miss section 5?
The original resolution did not have a section 5 on there, and I just copied it straight from the original resolution.
So should we change that and make it 5? So it-
Yes, Nancy.
We can change the number.
So amending section 5.
we're not amending it, just make it, so if you look, it goes from section 3, 4, 6. There's no section 5.
So make it.
So just make it, so next 6 will be 5, 7 will be 6, 8 will be 7. Madam President, I would move that we approve resolution 2022-08 with amendment, making section 6, section 5, making section 7, section 6, making section 8, section 7.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Mr. Brunel, second. Mr. Doyle, first. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a chance to look over the meeting minutes from July 26th, town council meeting.
Make a motion to approve minutes of July 26th.
Have a motion by
Second.
Mr. Doyle, give a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Cartwright, you're up for. Community crossings.
Thank you, Council. I have two things on the agenda. The 2023, it's 2023-2 Community Crossing Grant that we are in the process of working on and getting submitted, which has to be submitted before the end of this month. And part of the requirements is a letter from the council that basically says we have the matching funds to, that's required for the grant. The matching funds is $333,250. So I'm asking for authorization or a signature on this letter so we can pursue the grant.
So those funds come out for your general, okay.
With one motion. Questions?
Madam President, I move that we approve the 2023 Community Crossing Matching Grant Letter to be executed by Council President.
First, is there a second?
Good.
Yeah. Second. First by Mr. Doyle, second by Ms. Moore. All in favor?
Aye.
The next item is the execution of the construction contract for Cat Park Park. I found out when I got here that even though they're working, executed construction contract. So this is the construction contract, and I'm asking for execution of that construction contract.
Any questions? Motion?
Madam President, I will make a motion to have the president execute the contract for Pepper's Park.
First by Mr. Brunel,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Doyle. All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Yeah. A few items tonight. First being erosion control performance bond for Walnut Commons Section 1. This is a little different than we've seen before. Our new subdivision process requires erosion control bond prior to land disturbance for new sections. So this is the first of several we'll see as these new sections come online. Is in the amount of $129,115.
Madam President, move we approve Section 1 erosion control performance bond in the amount of $128,115.
Have a first by Mr. Doyle. I'll second. Second by Mrs. Moore. I'm gonna say Mrs. No, I want to say Mr. Burnett. Ms. Moore. If there's no questions or comments, I'll look for a motion. I will look for a vote.
Aye.
Favor? Aye. 4-0. Sorry.
Next item is acceptance, transfer of ownership, and acceptance of maintenance bonds, releasing performance bonds for South of South Section 3. This one's again a little unique, as stated in my staff report. A small portion of the sanitary line failed the manual testing. Our specs require a 30-day waiting period that's fixed to allow for settling. That 30-day period is up Friday, and they're scheduled to retest that Friday, as in the 12th. So we are recommending the council accept the transfer and the maintenance bonds contingent upon that sewer passing that test. So
Do you need to keep them separately?
It just, you can clarify that clearly in one motion, you can, otherwise, prefer to break it down.
Okay.
accepting the transfer of ownership, accepting the maintenance bonds, and releasing the performance bonds.
Contingent on the
Passing of the sewer
Sewer
test, correct, which will take place this Friday.
I did consult him before I brought it to see more both comfortable.
Madam President, move that we approve the transfer of ownership and acceptance of maintenance bond for South of South contingent on the passing of the sewer test this Friday.
first.
Second.
Second. The first by Mr. Doyle, second by Ms. Moore. Any questions or comments? Before vote?
Aye.
Doyle?
Next item is to amend, with exhibit B, with contract with IXLYE Engineering. Previously was a pay rate of $138 an hour flat. IXLYE is proposed standard hourly rate and reimbursement scheduled as in your packet. Roy is here if you'd like to ask him questions also.
Wait a minute, so just so I'm clear, we're going from 138 to 130?
130 to
To this piece.
the fee schedule. So
To the fee scale,
To the
okay.
fee schedule.
I heard 138, I apologize.
I heard 138 too.
I tend to,
It's okay.
I won't blame anyone.
Just want to make sure I was on the right page here.
So it's on the back, the last page. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Crosby?
Madam President, move that we approve the request to amend the plan review agreement with IXOYE Engineering.
We have a motion by Mr. Doyle,
I'll second.
and a second by Ms. Moore. Any questions or comments? Before vote? Aye.
And so I can live up to my reputation as a Mr. Walk-On. Pretty much second one in 3 years. When we were developing the Unified Development Code contract, our RFP specified street and intersection construction standards. When we contracted with HWC, that item was not contracted. Past few weeks, I've had discussions with HWC, and we've come to an agreement I think is fair, where we will pay half the normal cost and to get those street and intersection improvement standards covered with our updates. Total contract amount is $5,000.
It was 10 and they're paying 50 and we're paying the 5,000.
Correct.
50, it was a 50-50 split as well, so Joe's asking for $5,000.
It was something that was missed in their contract, that was missed in our contract review, we didn't see it.
Should this be an additional
Additional
5,000
$5,000.
HWC?
Correct.
Okay, and it's for
Streets and intersection construction standards.
trees and intersection. Madam President, I'll make a motion to add an additional, not to exceed 5,000 for streets and intersection improvements.
We have a first by Mr. Rommel,
Second.
second by Mr. Doyle. Any questions or comments? Before vote? Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chief.
Hey, I'm for the chief.
Hello, everyone. James Anabnett has retired after 21 years in the department, and his position is officially open. The mayor board made a list when they did the hiring process. We did the hiring process, and Josh Wheat is next up on the list. He can't start until October. He's in college, and he's at the police academy finishing his degree, is also getting ILEA certified. So he wants to get that done, and I wanted to get that done. So just permission to start him in October. But we do have some things that we can run through with him. He needs to get perf approved and all of those things, which he won't get paid for. They never do, but he needs those things done before we can hire him anyway. And sometimes that takes a month or two. So,
Since this one, we need a motion.
I do a motion.
I move that we approve the hire of Josh Wheat.
Motion by Mr. Doyle,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Moore. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
standard statistics. nothing really entertaining about the statistics. Andrew likes to talk about the alarms. And alarms are up compared to last year this time. I don't know if that's because we have more businesses or what. I still reflect back on the main sheet in 2022. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 6 alarms at Honey Creek. I've made contact with them and they had a faulty door sensor, and that's been corrected since then. So we'll see if that continues next month or not. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. You get people that forgot to, whatever, leave the broken. Accidents are down. Personal injury accidents are the same. I don't see anything that stands out. Traffic stops, nature's about the same. The call volume is about the same. Traffic stops are down a little, or up a little bit, but everything looks about normal.
Thank you for putting
Hey, no problem. And I'm gonna look at them. I have a walk on. I have a walk on. In November, we ordered trucks. We still don't have trucks. I'm getting ready to put Josh Weed on, we're gonna start to be out of cars if we don't do something. Obviously, there's been some discussion about enterprise and how that's going. We budgeted payments when we did enterprise. We didn't budget for the full amount of cars, so we budgeted payments. I've sent these numbers to Adam, and he was going to figure out some sort of system where there would be financing involved and all that. I just spoke to Nancy, and Nancy said that there's probably not a lot of difference in the payment from what we had budgeted through enterprise to what they would be now. The payment is the only difference. There is about $15,000, $20,000 difference in the two. It's about 17,000.
20,000 difference in the payment?
No, in the total price of the vehicles. So I'm assuming in the payments for enterprise on the trucks that they were buying Dodges, so they were buying those at the state bid price back then when we made that deal, and that state bid price back then was like 40. So there's about 12,000 difference.
Also, the state bid price went up.
State bid price went up, and state bid pricing is not even available in most places anymore. I'm not going to put you through the last 2 days of my life, but I only found 2 cars or 2 trucks that we could get, and we can't even get them till mid-October. They won't sell a retail car to municipality because it needs to be in a different category. In other words, you take profits from them, you do that, and they move it over to a fleet. Now they lost money on it. So I can't just go to a car lot and buy one. Had they even had one, they don't have it.
So what has happened to the ones that were supposed to, that you,
No,
no way to find out? I mean,
they still don't have an answer when they're going to be here, when they would be here.
we have 2 officers that will have no vehicles,
Right.
so we'll have.
So
I saw 2 bikes hanging up in the basement.
There's 2. There is 2. Yes, it is going to be getting cold. We'll have to buy some winter gear, but I think we can probably get that done a lot cheaper than we can get a car done.
That's true. Not much.
So.
Yeah, no tempting, right?
So we're just replacing vehicles.
Yeah, we're not adding to the fleet. We're just
We're
replacing.
the 2 that are ordered, we're gonna cancel.
Yes, absolutely. Canceled. They can't even tell me when they're going to get here. So, what my proposal, and Nancy and I and Adam can work together on this. I would like to get approval to buy them. We don't have to pay anything yet. Put our name on them, and Ford can put our name on them, and then in October is when by then we would have time to deal with application. And they laughed and said that if we decide not to take that, it won't be
Right.
all because they will sell them that same day to somebody else.
We would need to put a dollar amount on it. We already kind of approved these.
I have, I have dollar amounts. I have all the paperwork. One is 52,700. The other is 52,000 even.
These are trucks.
They are Ford F-150 four-door, four-wheel drive black trucks.
Well, those other, since we, don't have contract with everybody, wanted that automatically cancel those other two, we're just gonna cancel it.
During our meeting with Kevin and Dan, they did say that would not be a problem. If you want those, again, they get just.
We can get these in October.
I can get these. He said they're under construction right now, so they should be done here by the middle of October. Nothing. Just our word, and all we gotta do is call him and tell him to put our name on it. He'll put our name on it.
I think this we're separate, wondering on President Hopkins. Question. I'll make a motion for the police department to purchase 2 new vehicles for wars. Do I need to put a dollar not to exceed?
I would.
Not to exceed 55,000 per vehicle.
Fair enough.
First by Mr. Ramel, second by Mr. Doyle. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
That's all I have. I'll get Sam the paperwork so that she can put it on.
Todd, I think we can do it arm wrestling.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Yeah.
Mr. Kelcher?
Have two more, two business, Kevin can't do.
Yeah, no water.
Oh, no.
Two are our limit, so you can't.
Evening. I have two items tonight. First item is approving easement budget for our 135 sanitary main extension. This was before you at the last council meeting. We've gone through these numbers. And, we're asking for just a little over $84,000 for easements for this project.
Where does this put us now on all the expenses that we need? Roundabout into the joys.
We, as far as the dollar amount.
Well, as far as how much,
Obtained.
obtaining.
Yeah, so Friday was a big day for us. We secured one of the biggest easements on this project and another easement on Tucson Road. So we've been working on those for a long time. So we are recording those at the county level hopefully tomorrow. And we're waiting for some paperwork on one more, but we should be okay on that one.
So what, are we 80% through or?
Yes.
Did Sundown already start? I see the equipment out there. Is that their property out there? Or they just doing it?
So we put in an entrance to get to our project, and the Sundown that is starting very soon. So we are utilizing another entrance, and we'll use the Sundown entrance to pull out a large piece of equipment as soon as our project's done. And the Sundown is aware of that and everything.
I'll entertain a motion.
Madam President, I move that we approve the easement offers for State Road 135, the amount not to exceed $84,100. Second.
First by Mr. Doyle, second by Mr. Ramel. All in favor?
Thank you. The second and last item for me is a pay application. This is on the sewer extension project. And asking for clarification tonight if payment applications need to come to council for approval for typically in the past, the engineer approves it, management approves, process payment. This one is coming to council, so I wanted to ask if we need to continue that on future payment applications on large projects, because we're going to have many of those coming over here soon. I need to submit payment applications as they come into the office for an approved project by council to begin with. So,
I mean, the project and the dollar amount are already approved, you're just doling out the disbursement of funds.
As long as it doesn't go over it.
As long as it doesn't go over it, the dollar amount for the whole project's been approved. It'd be if there was a change order.
right, and we fully bring change orders to you as those come up. Hopefully they're deducted change orders.
Right. You don't see many of those.
Yeah.
I'll approve that.
Is this just housekeeping?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it doesn't happen that we do this anymore.
I think, yeah, just kind of more of a, here's what's going on,
Right.
so you see where you are budget wise. I don't think the overall dollar amount's approved. He's just paying out, or something has to come back for approval each and every time.
Nancy, anything on this?
Any concerns, Nancy?
Any concerns on that?
Concerns, Nancy?
On the, I couldn't hear David.
I said since the whole project price has been approved, as long as he can pay out, they shouldn't have to come back for approval every single time.
Unless there's a change order.
Unless the change orders come in,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think by consensus, I think you're comfortable with the 5%.
Yeah, this one is indicating council president's signature. So maybe if the minutes reflect that they can sign payment applications on either all projects or this one in particular. I don't know how you want to do that, but
That would be my recommendation. Although that you have to bring before us what the president needs to sign off on it.
okay, consensus on that. Okay. That is all I have.
Jim, I have one question. Is there any update on budget going? Lunches, kind of looking on that.
Yes, so myself and another employee is testing budget building on our personal accounts. And, we're just making sure that the bugs are worked out. We're adjusting some of the language on the actual bill that you see right now. It says, I think A and P, average monthly payment, and I asked if we could change that to budget billing, to make a little more sense. And then, we're confirming on the back end. So as my account runs in the deficit for the summertime because I have irrigation, we want to make sure that it will settle up and the money is flowing in the right directions on the back end. So, it's been delayed, but we are in testing phase right now. So,
Also, we'd like to thank Mr. Jimmy and Abnett for all his time and service to our community and hours that he's put in serving us well. So we hope he enjoys his retirement and wish him well. Yeah. Also, congratulations on the grand opening and everybody that came out. I think it was a wonderful event, and thank everybody for their participation in that and commitment to putting that all together. So did a nice job, Todd. And then farmer's market is tomorrow night, and your community can join us. Sorry.
Krista has an
I'm sorry.
ordinance.
I'm sorry.
uh-oh.
Now we're in the farmer's market tomorrow. I'm sorry. Can you have one more? Krista?
It's ordinance 2022-19, which is to amend the salary ordinance to add a new title, marketing and community relations manager, and to increase the salary range.
Discuss this, so we'll entertain a motion.
Madam President, I'll make a motion to amend 2022 OA regarding the salary of town employees to approve it. What is the actual title?
Approve ordinance 2022-19.
To approve 2022-19.
Yes.
And what is the title? I'm sorry.
The title is marketing and community relations manager.
To marketing and community relations.
First by Mr. Rubel, looking for a second. Second by Mr. Doyle. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. I'm sorry, Chris.
Susie, are we tabling, the purchase of the Durango?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.